hadir. Hari ini saya selaku pengurusi Persatuan Pemas Negeri Johor telah membuat satu laporan polis terhadap Menteri Luar Negeri, iaitu Datuk, I think Encik, you can sit here. SB kan?
Yes.
Okay, ya.
Okay.
Boleh duduk sini, control.
Okay, terima kasih.
Saya telah membuat laporan polis terhadap Menteri Luar Negeri Datuk Hishamuddin Tun Hussein kerana kegagalan beliau dalam membuat rundingan dengan efektif dengan negara jiran iaitu Singapura mengenai hal rakyat Malaysia yang bekerja di Singapura. Saya telah mendapat hampir 1,300 lebih, sebenarnya 1,300 lebih orang yang telah meluahkan kemarahan mereka terhadap rundingan yang telah dibuat oleh Hishamuddin yang langsung tidak mengambil berat terhadap rakyat Malaysia, terutamanya yang mempunyai status PR di Singapura. Sudah berbulan-bulan tidak ada sebarang inisiatif yang diambil oleh beliau selaku Menteri Luar, terutamanya isu PR ni yang diakibatkan oleh penutupan sempadan antara kedua-dua negara tersebut. Beliau telah gagal menjalani tanggungjawab beliau selaku Menteri Luar Negeri. Ini sedang mengakibatkan tekanan mental dan fizikal terhadap pekerja warga negara Malaysia. Okay. Beliau selaku menteri tekanan mental dan juga fizikal terhadap pekerja warga negara Malaysia yang bekerja di Singapura. Jika berlaku sebarang ketidakinginan terhadap rakyat Malaysia, kerajaan sekarang yang seharusnya dipersalahkan. So I'm blaming the government if there's any mental and physical torture which is going through by our people in Singapore. Kegagalan rundingan terhadap isu PR seolah-olahnya seperti sengaja mengabaikan rakyat Malaysia yang berstatus PR di Singapura. It seems like this government is actually purposely ignoring the Singapore workers, especially the PR, which until today it's still hanging lah. Their stories is still hanging. Sampai hari ini tidak ada sebarang pun isu mengenai PR ini. But why? What is the problem with the PR? I think we all understand. Mereka tidak boleh menggunakan RGL dan PCA seperti mana yang telah diberi kepada pekerja lain di Singapura. And we have to understand something. Kita harus faham satu. These PR holders, mereka sebenarnya pekerja Singapura. Pekerja juga seperti the other work permit holders. They are just working as the normal people there. There's no difference, It's just that they are holding a status of PR. Dia hanya kelainan antara mereka dua hanyalah mereka mempunyai status PR dan the other people just holding work permit. Jadi selain daripada kedua-dua ini, they have got no difference. Tetapi tidak ada sebarang rundingan untuk mereka seperti mana yang the work permit holders have, like RGL and PCA. So if a PR wants to come out for an emergency atau dia nak jumpa dengan family dia terpaksa melalui quarantine 14 hari sebab he can't use the PCA. So bila dia pulang ke tanah air 14 hari quarantine, lepas tu dia spend time with the family for what 7 to 10 days, lepas tu balik Singapore another 7 days. Jadi dia terpaksa habiskan 1 bulan tanpa gaji. Dan ini adalah satu masalah besar sebenarnya kepada mereka. And we are not talking about 1, 2, no. We are talking about thousands of people. Ribuan orang Malaysia yang terkandas akibat penutupan sempadan ini. Okay, and one more thing which I want to highlight. Today, this is the police report that has been made by me. against Datuk Hishamuddin. Saya buat ini di Balai Polis Tampoi tadi, dan sedang menunggu pegawai siasat untuk panggil saya untuk memberi keterangan. Actually dia pun busy, jadi nanti saya akan pergi jumpa pegawai tersebut untuk memberi keterangan. And whatever problem which is going through by this PR is actually the failure of this government to negotiate with Singapore. It's as simple as that. They decided to ignore. Dengan sengaja mereka telah, sebab kalau kita nak cakapkan lambat satu hari, satu minggu, satu bulan, tak apa. This has been going on for very very long, and they decided to ignore. The only word that yang saya boleh gunakan ialah mereka dengan sengaja telah mengabaikan orang-orang yang mempunyai PR di Singapura. Kenapa kita tak tahu? And one more thing which I would like to also highlight adalah mengenai ketidaktanggungjawatan menteri-menteri di Malaysia. The irresponsible answers which has been given by the Malaysian ministries, especially dua kementerian which is very related. I mean, tiga kementerian, MKN, Menteri Luar Negeri, and also Ministry of Health. Mereka ini tidak mau, they are not, mereka tidak mengambil berat. Mereka sedang melontar, they are pushing it. Like you see, when my video went viral 3 weeks back, until MKN pengurusi Ismail Sabri, dia sendiri telah memberitahu mengenai video saya, saying that he saw the video and he also read all the comments, and he has passed the ball to, dia akan serahkan kepada Menteri Luar Negara, which is Hishamuddin, to solve this issue, because ini adalah satu rundingan yang dia kena buat dengan luar negeri, which is with Singapore. And after that we see Hishamuddin pula, he is saying this is an issue of MKN, sebab this involve keselamatan dalam negara ini. Jadi selagi MKN tidak memberi pandangan mereka kepada Hishamuddin tak akan buat apa-apa rundingan. So they are throwing the ball. Mereka saling, tidak mempunyai, they don't have a proper understanding between the ministries. Mereka tidak mempunyai persefahaman antara kementerian mereka sendiri. Luar negeri lontar bola kepada Ismail Sabri selaku pengurusi MKN dengan mengatakan MKN harus memberitahu apakah what is the next step dalam pembukaan border ini yang dipanggil DCA, Daily Commuting Arrangement. Lepas tu MKN pula lontar balik kepada luar negara mengatakan this has got nothing to do, this only luar negara yang kena jawab. Dan in between kita ada the state government, negeri Johor punya state government. The state government pula, diorang pula, what they say is they want the borders to be open. Whatever happen, they want the borders to be open. They are pressuring Menteri Luar Negeri untuk membuka border. And Menteri Luar Negeri pula cakap, ini kita kena tunggu arahan dari MKN and immigration. MKN and immigration. Lagi satu yang saya tak faham is, kenapa Menteri Besar Johor pergi bincang mengenai kuarantin 14 hari ke 7 hari kepada Menteri Luar Negeri. Why does he go and discuss the quarantine period of 14 days to 7 days to the foreign affairs ministers? And the foreign affairs minister pula jawab bahawa Menteri Besar, the state government of Johor telah memberi satu surat mengenai penurunan kuarantin dari 14 hari ke 7 hari, which is good. But why do you go and address to the wrong ministry? The state government of Johor, mereka kena address benda ini kepada MOH, Ministry of Health, or to KKM, bukan kepada luar. So the government, they are like no head and tail, you know, whatever they are doing. Either they understand or they don't understand, we don't know. This is actually confusing and putting a lot of Malaysian citizens into trouble. Just because they don't know what to do, and we are very shocked to look at their press statement lah. You know, when Ismail Sabri says it is the duty of Foreign Affairs Minister. Then the Foreign Affairs Minister pula, he says no, we have to wait for MKN. And in between, you know, the state government pula said they want to reduce from 14 days to 7 days, but they go and give their statement to the Foreign Affairs Ministers. Why do you want to reduce the quarantine days from 14 to 7, which is a good thing? Why do you go and give this proposal to the Foreign Affairs Minister? How can the Foreign Affairs Minister, you know, reduce the quarantine days? They should give to KKM. And this is a statement which was given out by Hishamuddin himself. Hishamuddin telah mengaku di Mail hari ini bahawa dia telah terima satu surat untuk mengurangkan quarantine days from 14 to 7. Where is this government going? We don't understand lah. Diorang ini they are just doing media statement. They are more professional in giving media statement. Apa-apa they want to tell to the press. They want to tell to the press. They want to tell to the press. But what are they telling to the press? Only God knows. They don't know who is responsible. The total government doesn't know who is responsible. That is how I'm seeing it. And looks like it's going to make things much more worse. Because this is being watched by our neighbor country, you know. This is a shame to this country. Ini adalah satu kemaluan besar di mana kita tengok menteri-menteri sendiri tidak mempunyai persefahaman. What is the problem if the state government with Hishamuddin, with Ismail Sabri, sit together and talk this off? Why can't the ministry just sit together and talk? I think they can solve this issue within 30 minutes if they put their heads together. Not only doing it for their political benefit. It looks like they are all doing for their political benefit. And it seems like they have got no understanding between them. Nampak sangat yang mereka tidak mempunyai persefahaman antara mereka sendiri. And this is making people more stressed, you know. People are getting confused. People are getting very, very confused because of this statement. You just come up with that. You know, so any questions? I think I'm putting a rest to this. I think I've covered fully. Anything else that you all want to ask? And just one more thing, I just want to inform you all, those who are coming out under PCA, they get their test within 2 to 3 days. If it's negative, they are free to go. But the problem is, they can't use their My Sejahtera app to go and scan anywhere. It shows high risk. So when it shows high risk, they can't enter into a bank, they can't enter into a government office, they can't enter into any hospital, any kerajaan. So this is making them, because they are coming out for a very short leave, you know. So they want to do all their kerajaan punya kerja, whatever they have, to go and take their medicine from the hospital. Every time they go and scan their My Sejahtera, it shows high risk. So what is the point you let someone who comes under PCA, but they cannot do any government work, and they can't go into any bank? This issue, I think KKM have to address lah.
Okay, this My Sejahtera thing. So they are allowed to go off from quarantine after the results are out.
Yes, within 2 days, 2 to 3 days.
And the thing is on the app until for how long? 14 days.
14 days. So this is something the KKM overlooked. They can't do that. You give someone it's like you give someone to be free, but you go and lock them in this way. I mean, they can't go anywhere. They go and everywhere you go, you need to scan. Even police station we go, we need to scan. When you scan, when it shows high risk, you can't go inside. Then what's the point you are letting them out?
So what happens to them?
They can't do anything. They have to go back.
Just go back.
They just go back. They can't. What I know now is They can't use any government hospital and any government clinics. That is very strict. So even if any emergency, they are forced to go to COVID hospitals.
Johor only Kluang.
Johor only Kluang and one is
Permai.
here, Permai I think.
Permai.
There's one in Permai.
So these two hospitals only they have to go.
Only they can go there because it is showing high risk. If it's high risk, why are they allowed to be normal people? First of all, I don't know. I mean, I don't see how logic is this lah.
How the complaints? How are the numbers? Are you all still getting a lot of complaints?
We are
Or
still
not?
getting out a lot of complaints, especially when Johor Bahru had red zone, lockdown. What the first day complaints that we had was that the police wasn't giving approval for them to go to their house, because when they come out under PCA, they quarantine in the hotel. People who have got no house in Johor Bahru, when they quarantine in hotel for 2 days, the police didn't give them actually a travel pass for them to travel. So that was a big issue. And a very important thing to highlight, those people who comes out under PCA for an emergency purpose where their family member has passed away, these people are not given the facility to be brought for the funeral while they are in quarantine for 2 to 3 days. It means when they come out under PCA, they are supposed to quarantine themselves for 2 days in their house. Meanwhile, if they have a funeral, that is why they came out. When they have a funeral in their house, there's no any service for them to be brought for the funeral. Like, they wear the PPE and go. Like, what if you are under 14 days quarantine, you have that kind of facility where they bring you for the funeral. But if you come out under PCA and if you go home to quarantine yourself for 2 days and you can't attend the funeral, so this is actually putting everyone in risk, because they might find a way to go for the funeral. What if their father and mother is passed away? You expect them to sit in the house. They will find a way to go for the funeral, and without knowing whether they are positive or negative, this is much more risk. Why can't the government just give them a facility where they can be brought with whatever dressing PPE for the funeral? These have forced people to do a lot of negative things. I think they have to look into that as well.
So you all first organized a memorandum last time. You wanted to do a big gathering and all that. So what's the next step that you all plan to do now?
We are actually still thinking about the gathering. It's just that we are also keeping in mind about the hike in COVID which is happening now. If the numbers goes down, kalau ada keturunan dari segi angka COVID ini, then we will think that. And just to inform you all, kami telah menghantar satu email untuk menyerahkan satu memorandum kepada Tuanku of Johor, and email itu kami telah we have addressed the email to Dato' Ghaffar Setiausaha Istana. If I'm getting his name wrong, after I'll give you all. Dato' Ghaffar or Jabbar. Dato' Jabbar. He is the Setiausaha of Istana. I have addressed the email yang apa which is betul-betul menyedihkan kami lah. Okay, we have got a reply saying that they have received the email long time ago, but after that until today we have got no reply. So we were not even given a chance to hand over a memorandum, not even to the Tuanku, at least to his secretary or someone also. We were not given a chance lah, which is very sad. And that memorandum actually weighs close to about 20,000 signatures, which we have done from inside Singapore and also here. So close to about 20,000 lah anggaran. We have close to about 20,000 signatures, which we have informed also to Dato' Jabbar that we have 20,000 signatures and we seek his appointment for us to just give the memorandum, and we are very disappointed that till today it's almost going to be more than 10 to 2 weeks. We have not got any response from the palace itself.
The 20,000 signatures to reopen the border.
Reopen border, and most of it is to look into the issue which is going on now lah, because the government wasn't opening their mouth. It is actually, I mean, we don't know whether Dato Jafar even brought it up to the Tuanku also, we don't know lah. Maybe they didn't bring it up to him, because what we believe is if it have gone to him, I know definitely he would have looked into the issue. We are just disappointed with that only. I mean, we didn't even get a date to even give a memorandum which has been actually signed by 20,000 people, which is something very sad lah for us. Anything else? That's all?
The other thing is there's this I wanted to check with you, because since you started releasing all these videos, there are some people who are releasing counter videos attacking you, making all sorts of allegations.
Yes.
Including that you are asking for money to set up these groups and all that.
Yes.
So what are you all doing to deal with this type of people? Have you all lodged reports against them, and what is your reply to these groups?
We have not gone against this because basically we know who this group of people are. They are a particular political party which currently they are ruling in Johor Bahru. So they don't like whatever which is happening, because we are blaming them for whatever which is happening, which is normal. They have seen me as a threat rather than really listening to our problem. Those money allegations that they are saying is, when we run an NGO, it is by the law of this country, we need to take a membership fees. Everyone, even you join a political party, even you join MIC, PKR or DAP, you have to pay a fees. This is required by the government. ROS requires this for us to pay a fees of membership. So when people come and register with us, of course there's a membership fees. So some people, just to create rumors, they are saying that we are collecting money. It's not collecting money lah, it's membership fees where they have to pay lah to the anything. Even you join any political party also, you have to pay money. You have to pay. It is 10 ringgit, 20 ringgit, 30 ringgit, I'm not sure, 50 ringgit. So you have to pay lah. So whatever comes under ROS, you have to pay. We have to declare. They have payment for registration, compulsory, and payment for 1 year payment. It's yuran lah, yuran tahunan and all this lah. This is a must requirement from ROS. So we just follow that lah. And we are not going to entertain those people, actually, to be very frank lah, because I don't believe these people.
So what is the fees to join your NGO?
We have put a minimum fees of registration 10 ringgit and yearly 100 ringgit, which is 8 ringgit per month, which we think is very fair enough. And we have a current account which is running under the NGO, so shouldn't be any problem. All the money should go to the current account.
Currently, what's your membership like?
We are going into because we were lack of staff lately, so we have a lot of applications not done yet. So we have just started to do the applications last week. So I think so far they have put in close to about 200 to 300 people, and it's ongoing every day because per day we can only put in the system in their information about. With the staff I had, is about like 10-20 people only, because we need their entire thing to put inside.
So the most important thing, you are refuting that this money is all going to you personally, that this is actually for the NGO that you all are running, right?
Yes, of course, because you see this office rental also, it's 1,200. I have 2 staff working. At the end of the day, we have to see 4,000 to 5,000. This is all we can only do through membership. There's no other any way, which is normal. This is how normally an NGO runs lah. This is something basic. Even any political party or anything, this is how they run. This is how it should be lah anyway. We don't have any sponsors, and we are not being sponsored by any government, either Pakatan Harapan, Perikatan, or what sort of government. We don't go and ask help from anyone.
And your records are all audited, right?
Yes, of course. Anything else? But definitely the gathering is going to be very soon. Like, it's just that I'll just wait for the right time.
And you're still hopeful that Tuanku will accept your memorandum, huh?
That is what we are just waiting. Maybe he's not aware of this. We don't know. Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks. Oh,
How long did you all take together the 20,000 signatures? Huh?
it took us about 1 week.
That's what. Do you have a copy of the memorandum
Yes.
with all the signatures?
Can you just get the bunch of, you just hold on, the bunch that we printed that day?
Yep.
This is half of what we have printed.
And he's holding
Yeah.
the pictures.
This, okay? Yeah, everything. Okay, these are all the people that who have actually signed the memorandum. There's about 10,000 here and another 10,000. And this is the letter, this is the one that we have done to the. So we are just not, talking emptily, We have, this is only half of that we have printed so far. So we have actually, this is not like 1-2 people, this is thousands of people who have been, frustrated with what is going on. And we have, this is I think close to about 10,000. We have another 10,000 not print yet. Yep. Give me. This one we just printed, I think last week. So when we print from the memorandum, this is how it comes, It comes with their name and the date. So this is all September until we have October also. This is what we wanted to send to the palace. This is what we wanted to send to the palace. This is why we are, so much of hard work has been done, This is only 10,000. We have another 10,000 which have not been printed.
This memo is signed by the PR.
this is not PR. The 1,300 is only PR. That we have not print yet, and it's still running now. I have it only on my system, unless if you all want to take a look. That is it.
So, in your take, when do you think they will ever open the border?
It is when all the ministries sit together lah. You know, instead of they playing, you know, Ishamuddin telling something, Ismail Sabri saying something, Menteri Besar saying something, they are all there playing a game. That's what I see lah. You know, they are saying, hey, no, this is not my job, that is your job. And he's saying, no, this is not my job, that is your job.
This is like a delay tactic.
This is purposely to delay whatever. Because, you see, everyone knows MKN has got should advise the Foreign Affairs Minister. MKN needs to advise together with MOH, Ministry of Health. Ministry of Health, MKN has to sit down together and also with Johor Bahru state government to see how are they going to implement things and then inform to the Foreign Affairs Ministers of their plan so that he can bring it to the Singapore government. So this is how everyone knows this. But you know, but the Foreign Affairs Minister blaming MKN blaming this one, suddenly they got immigration in between. So they are all just delaying lah. Okay, Kakak, anything? No name card last. Again? Pass.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thanks a lot,
Okay, done.